Hi, this is Stan from Stan for Adventure, and today we're going to talk about the Touratech reinforcement bars for the O.E.M crash bars on the Bmw Gsa 1250. I have a handful of things to say, but the first thing I'm going to say is BMW O.E.M crash bars suck. The O.E.M crash bars on the BMW suck. If you're going to just buy reinforcement bars for your O.E.M crash bars, the biggest thing I could tell you is buy reinforcements for your crash bars before you drop your bike. Take it from me. This was a big problem for me, and here we go. Okay, this is the right side of my motorcycle with the Touratech crash bar reinforcement installed. I love the reinforcement bars from Touratech. I think they're a great product, and I really like them, which is why I chose them in the first place. The first thing I want you to take note of is notice the gap between the valve cover and the, let's call it, this rubber bumper that is attached to the O.E.M crash bar. Now, this is the right side of my motorcycle. I installed this first. The directions for installing the crash bar reinforcement from Touratech were spot on. You install the rubber bumper to the crash bar reinforcement. You loosen up your crash bars a little bit with the lower attachment bolts, front and back. You place the crash bar reinforcement into position, and notice that on the right side of the motorcycle, it practically butts up perfectly right up against the rubber bumper there. Spin you around there here. Okay, great. Tighten up everything, and everything is hunky-dory on the right side. Now, let's go to the left side of the bike. On the left side of the bike is where I had my problem, and why the BMW crash bars suck. I have dropped my bike a total of 3 times, always on the left side. All 3 times were very minimal falls. 2 of them I was going 5 miles an hour. Going slow, hit a big rock, it couldn't go over it, boom, I put my foot down, my foot slipped on the gravel, I drop it. Second time, a slight U-turn, going too slow, boom, I drop the bike on the left side. Again, from the height of the bike standing straight up to the bike falling on its side. Third time, I was actually stopped, thought that the kickstand was down, leans a little too far. I practically hold it up and lay it down on the ground. I'll still consider that a fall. This is what happened after those 3 falls. The gap between the rubber bumper and the valve cover was actually touching the valve cover. You can see the gap now, and the reason there's a gap now is I completely removed the crash bar, took it to a bench press, and pressed it out a little bit. I stopped pressing it out and trying to bend it back into shape because the attachment points, I could tell, were getting out of alignment where they should be. So I stopped. I did manage to bend it back half the distance that it should have been. It was a bit of a struggle attempting to reattach the lower crash bar after I attempted to bend it into a nice gap between the valve cover and the bar itself. When I attached the Touratech reinforcement bar, you can see that it doesn't quite line up and fall into place in the same spot that it does on the side of my bike that has never dropped. That irritates me to no end, only because those drops were so minimal, yet the bend or the flex in the O.E.M crash bar was way more than I feel it should have been for such minor falls. But I'm willing to live with it for a while, and you know, you are going to take these bikes off-road and they are going to fall, so you're going to have to deal with it. Realistically, come on, BMW, you have to know this is a problem. Reinforce the crash bar stock. Tack on a little bit of money to the cost of the bike. Save us all a lot of trouble. Touratech, I'm happy with what you created, and one of these days, if I get around to it or I feel like it, I will buy a replacement lower O.E.M crash bar for my BMW, so that both sides of my Touratech reinforcement crash bars will fit perfectly, beautifully, and all will be good with the world again. Signing off, this is Stan for Adventure. If you liked the video, check the like button, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.